begin taking you around the world with these flavors of our dressings that we'll use on salads and bowls. Now we'll do a soy sesame ginger dressing. And let me give you a little tour of the ingredients before we mix this together. It's very, very quick to make. But our ingredients that we have here are some untoasted sesame oil, or just regular sesame oil. That's the type that you can see maybe better in this bottle. So it's, a light yellow in color. This has a more mild flavor. This has a high smoke point, meaning that you can heat it on a quite high temperature. It'd be great for a stir fry, things like that, before it won't break down until it's at a quite high temperature, and can be used in larger volumes. And then we have our toasted sesame oil. So this, you can see, is a little bit hard to see, but hopefully you can see in the bottom of this, it's a lot darker. This is meant to be a flavoring oil, so used in really small quantities to add a strong flavor that's quite pungent sesame, definitely toasted sesame flavor. So we're going to use, you can see the volumes, we're using this much of the regular sesame, and then still quite a bit of the toasted sesame, but certainly less than the other. Oftentimes in a soup or salad or noodle dish, you'll just have a few drops or a teaspoon in a whole bowl of that. So again, quite pungent, a little goes a long way. And then we have our tamari or soy sauce. Again, tamari is the gluten-free version. Soy sauce has wheat in it and is not gluten-free. And then just like in all the other recipes, we're using the less or lower sodium version. Reduce the salt. And then we have minced up ginger and garlic. And then we have our unsweetened rice vinegar. So as we talked about traditional vinaigrettes previously, this would be the acidic ingredient that we'd be using for this dressing in lieu of, say, the balsamic vinegar that we use in the balsamic vinaigrette, or instead of lime that we might use in a lime vinaigrette. And then we have some agave or honey, any sort of sweetener. Certainly easier to mix it together if you use something that's already liquid, but you can use brown sugar, would also be fine in here, or white sugar would be fine as well. So I'm showing you another method to make the vinaigrettes. So I previously showed you how to whisk it in a bowl. And this is actually my personal favorite, is using the jar here. So I just have a traditional canning jar, but you can save a jar from anything that you bought at the store that has a screw-on lid. Just make sure that you smell the jar. Don't use a pickle jar or something, because everything you put in there forever will always taste like pickles. All right, and then we'll put our acidic ingredient in first. And just like we did with the balsamic vinaigrette, ideally we would let that sit, or what we call macerate, give it a light pickle for 5 minutes or so, usually just however long it takes me to do something else I'm preparing for my meal in the kitchen, and then add the other ingredients. For sake of time, we're just going to jump ahead. It's still good if you don't let it sit. And then we'll add our agave or honey, we'll add our toasted sesame oil, we'll add our tamari, and our untoasted, our regular sesame oil. And really that's it. If you want it to be spicy, you could add some pinches of chili flakes, and this would be a good time to use if you have any from places around the world. You have some Japanese chili flakes or Korean chili flakes, or any other ones you could. Just crushed red peppers would be good, cayenne pepper, any chilies you like, you could put in here. And as it is right now, it's not spicy at all, but it has tons of flavor. So we just shake this up. And you just want to make sure to shake it to serve. There's nothing in there to emulsify this, so it will separate fairly quickly into the oil on top and the vinegar and soy sauce on the bottom, or tamari on the bottom. You can see, shake it up. It looks well mixed, then we'll see it separate. So now that it's shaken up, we'll go ahead and take a little taste. It's so tasty. So again, we're making this in the context of the eating or preparing healthy bowls class, but this would be really tasty on any sort of Asian noodle dish, like cold noodles. I would say that would be tasty. It would be great on a salad. It'd be good on a slaw. So if you shredded up some cabbage, some carrots, did some bias cut peas, and put some toasted sesame seeds in with this dressing, that would be so delicious and really refreshing on a hot day. So I hope you enjoy the sesame ginger garlic dressing.